all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Daniel Neal, why is he called the Drain Man? Because he has a full-time job with Roto-Rooter. Very simple. Andre Berto turned pro December the 4th. This is his 4th pro bout in a little less than 4 months. And here we go.
No, I've never seen Daniel Neal fight, but a couple of things stick out to me. He only had one loss by knockout in his career. He has another cornerman in Manny Galloway, who's 42 years old also, who happened to upset Ricardo Williams in Cincinnati, another Olympian. So I'm looking for a couple of things here, a test for Andre Berto.
Berto gets aggressive. Those shots were blocked on the arms by Neal.
I'll tell you, Sam, I can't imagine a better way to remind your opponent that he's 42 years old than by banging him to the body right away. Like that.
Neal told us before the bout that he had wished he had a couple of weeks notice for this fight, because he felt then he'd have a serious chance of giving Berto some trouble.
It always works that way. If you had 8 weeks of training, you wish you had one more week.
The thing about Berto that impresses me so much, he's 21 years old. That's a man's body, isn't it? I mean, he is thickly built.
Downstairs, upstairs.
Loading up a little too much for me.
Neal has only been stopped once. In the last 5 in a row that he's lost, they've all gone the distance. And here's Berto trying to get those power shots through.
And he goes to split decision to another former Olympian, Dante Craig.
Yes. Here comes Berto. Very aggressive.
Nice right hand.
Neal trying to cover up.
Doing a decent job covering up. But Berto have to keep a fast pace. As you mentioned, Steve, 42 years old. Keep a fast pace.
At this point in Berto's career, it's all about experience, gaining rounds. Anything Neal gives him in that regard will be a positive.
But he's allowing Neal to use the ring right now.
Think he's following him, not cutting him off?
Follow him a little. You want to cut the ring. You want to make the ring small. You want to make him fight. Fast pace.
Berto holding that left hand down. Waist level. But pretty confident that Neal can't do anything to hurt him. Good body shot with the right hand by Berto as we reach the end of round 1.
Good round, good round. Nice and relax. Yeah, definitely won that. But I need you to relax and put things together. Don't load up on me, all right? Don't load up on me, all right, baby?
Double up on the body shot. Double up on the body shot.
Out for round 2, and Andre Berto, final instructions, don't load up. This is what you were saying earlier, Brian, that Berto was loading up early in that first round.
Right, exactly. And his trainer Morgan has been with him since he was about 8 or 9 years old. So that, I mean, they understand and they know each other. And he know what Berto can do. You know, loading up is not his game. You know, hand speed, combinations. That's what got him to be, you know, the 2004 Haitian Olympian.
And he really probably should have made the American Olympic team, but he was involved in a very controversial fight against the fighter McPherson from Detroit, where he pushed McPherson to the ground. He got disqualified. There was I don't know, went back and forth. It ended up in the courts. Anyway, he didn't fight on the U.S. Olympic team and ended up fighting for Haiti, as you said. He lost to a fighter from France in the first round.
With 6'3".
Yeah, but I'll tell you, before and after the Olympics, boxing people have been talking about this guy as if he's as good a prospect as anybody from the class of 2004.
Nice movement to slip those punches by Berto. He has all the tools.
I mean, I think, you know, the promoter Lou DiBella has a good stable of young fighters. You know, Andre Berto, You have Jadon Carrington. You have Curtis Stevens. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think Lou has a very good stable of fighters. A good eye for young talent. Gary Starks.
Body shot by Berto.
But only one punch, though. Bring it right back on top. You see 3-4 punches behind him.
Well, it's no surprise that a little bit of movement is going to be what gives Berto trouble. He's pretty short for his weight. And anybody that stands there and trades with the guy is asking for trouble. So the way to at least try to beat him is certainly to move. And Neal has given us a little hint of what better fighters might be able to do later on.
All right, good movement, a solid jab. A solid jab. A basic good jab will always be hand speed.
And Neal, who has good experience, 16 pro fights, despite the advanced age of 42, seems to have sized up what Berto has and is trying to change it up, but then he got caught by the right hand. And here comes Berto.
See, Neal don't have the type of hand speed that's needed to offset Berto's hand speed.
Hey, you know what? Regardless of the results of this fight, I already give Neal a lot of credit. He took this on one day's notice. He's 42 years old. He's fighting a top prospect. He's getting pounded to the body, and he's still here.
That's right. He came in this morning and actually weighed in this morning.
A couple of good body shots by Berto.
And he's a big 155-pound guy.
Andre Berto getting some work as we come to the end of round 2. Round 3 scheduled for 4 junior middleweights. Andre Berto is 3-0 in the red trunks with the blue, in the white trunks with the black trim. Daniel Neal from Columbus, Ohio. Neal hasn't done anything to bother Berto to this point. A little headlock there. Now this may just be me, but Berto doesn't seem to have the same energy he had in the previous fights we've seen him.
A little bit of loss of focus, too. He seems to be looking out into the crowd a lot. And that's never a good thing.
Never, but starts to the crowd. I mean, you're a young fighter. And Sam, I mean, you made a very good point. The flu may have an effect on him tonight. I mean, he doesn't look sluggish or fatigued, but, you know, maybe he's trying to conserve energy. That's why he's throwing the 1 shots, 2 shots.
Neal just missing with a jab, but sticking it out there.
Nice right hand by Neal.
Well,
Snuck it in there. See, Berto should cut the ring off, close the gap.
Go back.
Cut the ring in half, make Neal fight. He's much quicker than Neal. Neal holding the head and punching.
Yeah, Neal knows a few tricks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he certainly does.
He should at 42 years old.
And you can tell Neal is about 20 years too late tonight.
Bring it up.
Because, I mean, he has some nice movement. His jab is there, but he's just a little slow with it.
Seems to know what to do in the ring.
Right.
And he's adapted well to a younger, stronger opponent. I don't know, stronger, at least a young, tough opponent.
Well, Neal definitely looks bigger physically than Berto. I mean, I pointed out the first round how his trainer, you know, Manning Galloway, he's a very smart old guy. He fights these young guys. He tricked them inside the ring. He counter punches. He does a lot of things to frustrate young fighters.
Good left hook to the body by Berto.
Yeah, the best work Berto's done all fight has been to the body. But they've been single shots.
And that's what you want if you're Neal. You want the young, fast prospect to throw one punch at a time. I mean, you could lure him to sleep and eventually counter punch and catch him.
Fourth and final round. Andre Berto seems to have command, but Anthony Morgan, his trainer, told him, don't be a lazy fighter.
Morgan recognizes exactly what we recognize in him.
Lunging in with your head.
Caution from referee Ricky Gonzalez to Danny Neal.
You know, Berto just needs to learn how to cut the ring off. A couple of things he should pick up from this fight. I mean, he realizes he's quicker than Neal. He's just looking to counter more as opposed to being more aggressive. I mean, he's moving forward, but that's not really good aggression because he's not, you know, leading. He's waiting to counter.
He hasn't used the jab as Tony Morgan had wanted him to. But it's good experience. This is good work for Andre Berto. And you can see some frustration as he's wrapped up by the long arms of Danny Neal. Berto again loaded up with that left hook and missed.
Yeah, we've seen Berto look better in his brief pro career. No jabs, pretty much single shots, and I believe he's just loading up too much. Mix the power of your shots a little more, and the opponent doesn't know what's coming next, doesn't know whether to brace for it or what. But you're certainly going to get tired a lot faster if you load up with every shot.
Sort of out of character for me. I mean, when I first seen Berto fight, it wasn't a matter of power. For me, it was just speed. He would just, you know, blazing hand speed would shake the guys up. And I believe that he thinks, you know, he's a power puncher now. He needs to get back to, you know, the blazing combinations. The punches guys don't see.
And we haven't seen those 5 or 6 punch flurries that he's shown us in other fights.
Not yet.
I think what Brian's saying is he wants to see more Meldrick Taylor, right?
Exactly. Like I said, he reminded me of Meldrick, but physically stronger than Meldrick.
Well, you look at him from the back as we are right now, and that could be Meldrick Taylor in about 1985.
Oh, fight to get out.
Actually, the youngest guy in the '84 Olympic team.
Yeah, he was 17 years old when he won a gold medal.
That last left hook clipped the jaw of Neal. Berto loading up with a left hook. Final seconds of the final round.
Biggest accomplishment for Neal. 1 day notice, goes the distance.
And that's it for Andre Berto. Actually, good work. All right, let's get the official decision from ring announcer Greg Dubin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. But first, let's have a round of applause for the fighters. All 3 judges had it 40-36 for the winner by way of unanimous decision, Andre